So welcome all of you for this dashboard designing and reporting techniques sessions. Today we are in session 6. So what are we learning today? So today we learn about how we can create dashboard with the reportings. We just go back to our 5 sessions. We learned about the data, how to clean the data, how actually we should structure the data, how we can import the data. A few things we learned in first 2 classes. Then after that, we learned about the designing part, how we can create the dashboards, how we can use the shapes, how we can use icons, images, and things like that, right? And after that, we learned about the reporting techniques in the previous session. Now, all these, whatever we have done till now, we'll try to put that together and then we'll try to create one simple dashboard. This is a very simple dashboard actually. Okay. So what we'll do, we'll try to design this. I'll tell you what all things we'll have to take care while designing this. And then after that, we'll also see how we can create, more advanced reportings in the next session along with Power BI. So till now, we have done most of the classes in Excel only. Why I'm telling you is, if you are strong in creating dashboards in Excel, then in Power BI, it is very simple. Same dashboard, I'll tell you how we can do that in the Power BI as well. But first, we'll understand how we can create the entire dashboard, what you are seeing. Okay, we can see this. This is not functional. This is a button because I have only one page here. But if you go and click on this, see, you can see that the reports are getting updated. I'll clear this. It's a very, very simple dashboard. Let's try to create, these kind of dashboards. First thing, what I'll do, I'll take a new workbook. Take a new workbook. First thing what you have to do is, once you take the new workbook, save it. Okay. First, what you have to do, you have to save it. Now you have to understand, we are creating only dashboard with reportings. We're not doing any automation. If you think you're actually working on some macros, whether it is automation or any reports you're creating by using macros, then you have to think about the file name extension. Since I'm doing this dashboard, a complete dashboard, by using what? By using only Excel and with pivot tables, I'm creating the reports. So what I'll do, I'll go here and I'll save this. Let me take the path. Okay, I'll just save it to the same path. Okay, let's say, right? So here I'm saving this one as 2.0. I just gave some name here. I've saved it as .xlsx. What does that mean? That means it's a normal Excel file. If you are creating some reports by using macros, then save it as .xlsm. Most of you have not attended your macros or things like that. So don't worry about that, because you're creating dashboards, dynamic dashboards, by using this MS Excel 365 and with pivot tables. Done? Okay. Now, after this, we have to import the data. That is, we are taking the data from external sources. Now, what I'll do, either I can go to this data and then I can import the data, or I can just copy and paste. So what we'll do is, we'll go here, we'll try to import the data. I'll go and I'll say file from Excel. Or I can copy and paste. That also we can do. Why I'm doing this is, suppose in case if you want to get the data, the updated data, or say if you want to update, then I can go and I can update the data as well. So let's go here. We have this import data. Let's see. Here we have this Excel. I've already given this data, right? Same data I'll be using here. So this should be your first step. I'm just trying to take the data. Let's go here. I understood that, there is nothing to be cleaned. I'm just assuming that there is nothing to be cleaned. And what I'll do, I'll go here, I'll say load to. Let's take a new worksheet and I'll say table and I'll say okay. See, I got the data here. Now using this data, we'll try to create the reports. Let's name this. So here it says orders. I'll make it as raw data. I have mentioned about cleaning the data in various different ways. I can do that in Excel. I can do that by using this Power Query editor, right? So you can use any of this and you can clean the data, right? Again, I'll not go back to that steps because already we have discussed about how to clean the data because I've used the same data. So you can refer that particular chapter, that is in chapter 2, I guess, if I'm not wrong. Okay, right. Next is we need to get the necessary columns. If there are any other columns which I need to create, I'll try to generate here. What are those columns? Let's go to this report and see what all other columns I require. I have this total sales. That means I have the column sales. I can take that. I have this total profit. Yes, I can take the profit. But if you see this, I have this total customers and total orders. This column is not there. Even though it is there, they are duplicated. How? If you go to this data, I'm just telling you about the report, what we are trying to create. See, you have the customer name, okay? Here we have the customer name. They're repeated here. If I go and check, this will give me the duplicated values. To go and select one region, what happens? It will give me the duplicate values because they are repeating multiple times. Orders. You have the order ID. You can see that these orders are also duplicated because there are many other products which have been, sold in the same order. So what should I do? So these things will have to take. And if you go to this report, we also have this month and year. I've not taken any other columns because if I take this region, then this will be filtered and I'll get only one bar here. So I'm just creating one simple reports here to make you understand how we can create these kind of dashboards. Later on, you can use all your reporting skills. So you know that how actually we can, in the previous session, we discussed about so many other charts and things like that, right? So you can try to implement that here as well. Okay. I'm just telling you what all things you should keep in mind. Okay. Now I understood that I need the year column. I need the month column. So we can create that, or we already have that order date column. We can use that. Okay. Right. So let me go back to our data. So for me, now I need a column that is total customer. And I need total orders. Okay. So how to get this total customers? I need to get the unique values. I need to count. So there is a formula called as countif, right? Countifs. What countifs will do? It will count. But I want a unique counter. People, I'll tell you what you should do. Say, I'll go here. I'll take one if condition saying if countifs of, let's say I'll take the customer name. Okay, where is that customer name? I have the customer name here. I'm taking this countif, the customer name. Okay, so this should be the range, correct? So where is that? So here. So this should be the range. So what I'll do first, I'll try to if countifs customer name, take the cell itself. Countifs. What is cell address? Say G2. Cell address G2. I'll make it as absolute. Then up to G2. What is this? Here, this I'll not fix. I'll tell you how it works. This is the range G2, which is fixed from that position. I'm saying another G2. That means when I copy this down, the G2 will become G3, 4, 5, 6. So it goes on like this. I'm trying to count this with the value if this is greater than 1. Okay, if it is greater than 1, then make it 0, otherwise make it 1. So what does this formula do? It will try to count. If at all the count is going more than 1, that means it is duplicate, correct? So make the count as 0. Otherwise, make it 1. Say enter. See, now if I just copy this down, see wherever it is duplicate, it is trying to put that as 0. But wherever it is like, in the beginning, first, it will give me 1. That means it will give me unique count. Let me do the same thing for orders as well. So where is that orders? Orders is in column B. I'll go here. I'll just copy the same formula, but I'll go here. I'll make it as B. Just pasting it. B. E. And that's it. Okay. Now let me copy this down completely. Okay. Now if you see the total customers, how much we are getting? 793 unique customers and 5,009 unique orders. Right? Now what I'll do, I'll go here. I'll also take the year and month. Year and month. This further slicer I have to use. I can directly take, but the problem is if I take that directly from the month, then I'll get the full month, or we might not get a proper names. So what I'll do, I'll go here, I'll say equals year of order date. And people, I can do this by going to this Power Query editor as well. From there also we can get that. Okay. Now here I want the name of that particular month. I can use the text formula, or I can go to Power Query editor. Anything you can do. So I'll go here, say order date, comma, I'll say MMM. That means I'm getting this abbreviated. Okay. Let me go to this table. Just try to extend this so that this data, whatever I just created, that will also be included in this particular table. Done? Okay. Now I've created the data. I need to create the report. So what I have to do, I'll go here, I'll try to design the dashboard. Whenever you are creating the dashboard, make sure that you will take the colors, whatever colors I want, just try to make the color scheme first. If you go here, I told you about the themes here, right? So you can select any of these themes. And you can start creating the report. Or sometimes what I actually do is I'll just try to create a swatch. What is swatch? That means all the different colors, whatever I want, I'll just try to make one, shapes, and then I'll try to take only those colors. So here I have just taken some colors here. I'm using the same boxes here. I'll just go here. Just trying to select this. Okay, I'll just keep it somewhere here. If you want, you can use this, or you can create your own colors like this. I will hide the grid lines. Okay, I'll just keep this for my reference. If you want, you can create from beginning. There is nothing wrong. You can use that. So I just use these colors because I don't again go and waste time in selecting all these colors. So I have the colors. Now the designing part. The designing is, you can see that I have taken one shape like this, one image here. Okay, and again one shape. And here I have some shapes here. So we'll try to design. How to do that? Let me tell you quickly. Go back. First, I'll say insert. I want an image. Suppose if you think you want to take an image, go to this icons, or you can bring any images from outside as well, but make sure that they are not copied. Right. So here I have these images. I'll just go here. Take any images you want, because these are not, this I can use because this is coming from the Microsoft itself. So I don't have to bother about the copyright. But otherwise, if you go to Google and search for images, then they are actually copyrighted, right? So you might stuck in some problem. So don't worry, just go here. So here what I'll do, I'll take this. Any image, I'll just take this. I'll say insert. So I just took this. Then what I'll do, I will try to insert one shape and see if I can actually. So let me just take this shape till here. Okay. Okay. So make sure that this image is exactly same size. Choose the area, whichever area you want. Let's say I want somewhere here like this. Anything you just take. And then I will crop it. Select, go to this crop, and I can crop it. Just keep it a little more bigger in size. Okay. See, just keep it here like this. Okay. Now this image, this shape, I'll just put it just above that. And then you can use Control 1 for designing. For formatting, I'll say Control 1. Go to this fill. I have taken black color, so that looks good. I'll just take black color, and then I will remove the outline. See, the image is not visible. So what I'll do, I want this image, if you want the dark color to remain on top and it has to get the light colors on the bottom, go to gradient and then just remove all these stops. Take this and I'll change this to black color and this one also to black color. And here we have this transparency. Just try to reduce that. So to whatever transparency you want, you can just try to reduce it. Right? So it is left to you how you want to design this. Now I have this shape, right? I just took this shape, just hold Control and Shift, just take this shape and try to adjust this like this until wherever you want, you just drag it. Let me just keep this aside. Just keep it somewhere here. Later on, whenever I want, I'll just take this. I will increase this. If you think you want to reduce this, later we can reduce it. Now Control 1 and I'll go here. I'll take solid fill and I'll take a very light color here. See? Done? Okay. Now coming back to this, see the design here. They have one shape here like this. Then I have one, the rectangle here white, and there is one line. There is one text box, and here I have one text box. Let's do this first for one, card. We call it as card actually. So we'll try to design this, and then we'll try to copy all the other cards as well. Okay. So what I'll do, just go here, insert. I'll take a shape that is square. Let me just put it here like this. Take a card like this. Okay. For measuring, just roughly just take this and see if it is fine. Okay. See, 4 cards. Okay. Just try to reduce this. Now I'll remove this. This is just for my reference. I just took 4 cards. Now I'll try to design one and then we'll try to copy and paste rest all. Okay. So this has to be white color. I'll say Control 1. So once you start understanding this designing part, this will become very easy. So I'll go here solid and I'll say white color. And here we have this shadow. If you go here, I have this shadow. I will take the first one like this. If you think you are a little confused with this, you can go here, select this. The shape format is there, right? So you also have this shadow effect. You can take that. So same thing. Remove the outline. Go here and remove outline. See? Now there is one box here on top of this, which I actually copied from here, right? So I'll just take this only. Front. I'll keep it here like this. You want, you can create one square and you can put the colors. I'm just taking the same thing and I'm adding it here. All right. The next, there is a separator here. The line. You can create a line here. Insert shape. You can take one line like this, and I'll keep it. So if you want to reduce, you can just reduce this and keep it here. So I just wanted this to be very light color. I'll go to this line and I'll take this. Done. Now I want this text box. Let's go here, say insert. I'll take one text box. I'll just say 1, 2, 3, 4. As of now, I'll just keep it here. I will change this to Arial, and then I'll say, let me make it as 18. I think this should be good. If you want, you can make it bold as well and leave it as is, because this reports has to be dynamic. It's not that it has to be static. The next, I want one title here. I'll say total sales, and I'll reduce this to 14. Let's reduce this to 14. I'll keep it here and we'll make it unbold. Okay. Right. So here, let's take some light color. Done. So for me, the layout is done. So the icons has to be given. I'll tell you how to insert the icon later. That we can do later as well. I'll select these shapes. Hold Control Shift. Say 1, 2, and 3. Right? If you want, you can just try to adjust this. Just trying to adjust this. Right? See, it's done. All right. Now, since I've taken this colors here, so I'll use the same color. How to use this? Just say Control Shift C. Select here, Control Shift V. Say Control Shift C, Control Shift V, Control Shift C, and say Control Shift C. Done. Over. Right. Next. Next is, we'll change this also quickly. Profit. Then what is that we have? Customers. Okay. Done. So here what we have, I've taken only 3 reports here: total sales, total profit, and total orders. I will take one shape control and I'm dragging it here like this. And then we'll just try to increase this. Okay. I can just make 3 copies here. See, it's not filling. Then what we'll do, we'll try to reduce this. The better way is just go here, create 3 boxes like this and try to adjust this. I'll tell you how we can actually align them. We can align this, right click and say group. Now what I'll do, I'll just drag it like this. Group it and drag. See, you'll get some. So you'll get the same size. So you don't have to bother. Let me also reduce this little. And then I'll say ungroup. Okay. Now here we have this shape. Control Shift down, and I've taken the same thing to match the colors. I'll just put it here like this. You can adjust this however you want. Done. Okay. Same thing. I'll just go here, hold Control Shift. I'll make one copy of this. And then I'll make one more copy of this. Over. Now I have this color, Control Shift C, Control Shift V, and this one Control Shift C, Control Shift V. See, my layout is ready. Right. So here I have this total sales. I'll just make a copy of it. Just put it here like this. You can align this to center, whatever. Then I'll take this profit. I will put it here like this. And then total orders, drag it, and I'll put it. See? Over the layout quickly we have done. Then we need to take the logo and these text. So let me go here. I have this line, take this and I'll put it here, drag it and I'll put this line here. Done. Over. Then how to insert the logo? I have a logo here. So if you want, you have your company logo, just take the logo. I've taken the logo. Quickly we'll go here, say insert picture, and I'll say from device. Let me take the path and then we'll try to insert this logo. Okay. This text, whatever is there here, I'll not again type it. It's just a text what I've typed. I'm just copying this. If you want, you can type it, but I'm just copying and pasting it here. I'll just keep it here. Make it center if you want. No. This is the text what I have typed. You can also type anything and I can remove it. Done? Okay. Now the thing is, these things, whatever is there, these buttons and all, we have already learned how to create. But let's learn how to create these kind of dynamic, say, slicers and these reports. So what I have done here, if you go, I have created one table, pivot table here. The backend, I've created pivot table so that I can filter the data, I can get the dynamic reports. So how to create this pivot table? So I'll go to this raw data. So let me name it as dashboard 0. Okay. All right. I'll go here and I'll say insert. Here we have this pivot table. I will select this and I'm trying to create one pivot. Right. Now here we'll say new worksheet. Say okay. So what all things I need quickly will create. So I need the total sales, total profit, total orders, and total customers, right? So what I'll do, I'll go here. First, we'll take total sales. Where is that? I'll take this. See, this is my total sales. Let me copy this. What I'll do, I'll just leave some gap here and I'll paste it. I'll remove the sales and I'll take the profit. I got the profit here. Copy this. Don't create a new pivot table because all these things has to be related. When I use this slicers, all this has to be related. I'll go here, I'll just paste it. I'll remove this sum of profit. And here we have this total customers. And then I'll copy. And let me paste it here. And here I'll remove this. And I'll say total orders. See, I got all the total sales, profit, orders, and customers. Done. So this will keep changing when I select the slicers. Right. After this, I need to get the sales based on regions, right? That's what we have this here in this report. See, these are all region data, but this is for sales, this is for profit, and this is for orders, right? So what I'll do, quickly I'll go here, I'll copy this and then I'll paste it here. Here what I'll do, I'll take the region. See, got it? Now I got one more report. Let me go here. Either I can copy this, paste it, and then I'll try to take the region here. I got this for the profit. Then here I have this orders. Let me copy this and I'll paste it here. Show field list. I'll take region and I'll put it. I told you we're just creating a basic reports just to understand how we can actually create the dashboard and then create the reports. Understood how quickly we did this? Just everything is ready now. We have to refer this to my dashboard. Let me go back to my dashboard here. Here I have this total sales, correct? This has to be dynamic. So what I'll do, I'll go here, I'll say equals, and I'll go to this, try to rename this as pivot table. Please name the sheet so that, it will be easy for us to recognize. say equals, and here I'll say pivot table, select this second. Sorry, equals, select, it is A4. Make it as A4. Where did I refer? Sorry, got referred here. Equals. See, the values I got, I'll try to format this. So what I'll do, I'll go back to this pivot table, and here I'll select this, and then control 1, we have this number, say no decimals, thousands of letters, and I want this to be like K, that is 1000. Put one comma here in the end and say K, and here I'll say, see, same thing, I'll say control C, and here I'll paste that as formats. For profit also we'll get the same. Done. Now if you go back and if you check here, see, we know this how to format. I'll say control shift C, and here I'll say control shift B. Done. Now here what I'll do, I'll take the same color, go to this shape format, font, let me take similar color. See, done. Now here I have this formula, I'll just copy this, and what is that here? It is F4. I will select, paste this, I'll just make it as F4. Then we have customers in K4. Just select here, paste this. I'll make it as K4. And then this one will be P4. Done. Okay. Now select this, control shift C, select all these three, control shift C. Now I got these values. Select here, go to the shape format and see the matching color here. Select this shape format. More colors. I think it should be this color. Okay. And then blue color. We'll go here. We'll try to match. Not matching. Okay. See. Now, if you go and apply the slicers here, all these things will get changed. Done. Okay. So all the total I got here. Next is these charts. Getting these charts. So what I'll do, I'll go here, select this pivot table, go to this insert, and here I have this column chart. I'm just creating this column chart. See, this for total sales. Now select these buttons. Say hide all the buttons here. I will remove this grid lines, and then I'll remove this total. Okay. If you think I want to change this number format, you can go here. Same thing, whatever we did. Say number, and here I'll select this number, then decimal 0. Add. See, same thing what we did for this. I just did the same thing for this number format as well. Done. Now I will copy this. Just observe, I'm copying this, or say cut this. Go to this dashboard and paste it. Now this one, I'll just take it here and I'll adjust this here like this. Okay. Now control 1, we'll go to this fill and say no fill. Can you see? Now I'll select this series, and here we'll go to this series. I will try to reduce this so that the border, the thickness of this bar will be a little bigger. Make this white color. So all this formatting, we have learned. So please do that. So here I'll change this to white color and this one to white. See, there's a border. So we'll remove that as well. Select, go to border and say no line. See? Simple, right? So you should know how to create the reports. And if you know how to create the formatting, you can do this very quickly. Right. Let's go back to the pivot table. I'll select this profit. So quickly, I'll create one more chart and then right click, hide. Let's do the same thing quickly for all this, like this. Numbers. I'm doing the same thing like what we did previously. Okay. Remove the grid lines. Cut this. Paste it. I'll try to keep this adjust exactly. Okay. And then we'll say no fill, no line. Then we'll select this. How much did we give here? I forgot. So we'll make it as 25. Enter. Same thing we'll select here, we'll make it 25. So that will be uniform, right? That. Then select this and change this to white color and select this axis values into white. See? This one also will change to white color, solid fill. See? Done? Okay. The next one, quickly we'll do that as well. Select here, say insert, and then we'll remove all this grid lines. I'm doing the same thing here. Right click. Right. For this, you don't have to do this K because it is like very small number. So you have to check that and then change the formats. Okay, just blindly don't do that for every single chart. I'll keep it here. Reduce this. Done. Then format. No fill, no border. And then this series, the gap, say 25%. Then white color, solid fill. Then we'll select this axis values, we'll make it as white color. And this one also white color. See. Over. How quickly we could do this. All right. The next one is the icons. For all these icons, you know how to create the, how to insert the icons, right? Go to this insert and say icon. Choose any of the icons. So what I have done, I've just taken few icons here. So you can go and you can choose the icon. I'm just selecting this. So whatever icons. See. And I'll just paste it here. And let me take this and I'll put it here. Okay, so you can also take that icon, change the color. So I've already taught you how to actually use these icons. Because I don't want to teach you again, how to insert these and all. You know how to insert, right? Just go insert, take the icon, change the color, and place it in that particular box. Done. Over. Right? Okay. Next. The next one, the main thing is about the filters here. That is adding the slicers. Slicers are very easy. So let me go here. I'll say pivot table. Select any of the pivot table. I'll go to this pivot table analyzer. So for this, I want first I'll take this year. So here I have this year. Let me take this. See. Done. Let's say Control X. Go to this dashboard and I'll paste it. But when I keep it here, can you see this say slicer and the slicer what I've added? So which one do you think is looking better? This one, right? But if you see this, most of the people actually they'll just leave it like this. See here it is changing, but I'm not happy with this slicer. I want to change this. Most of the people actually they don't know how to format this slicer And also some people don't want to do this because they don't think that it's not necessary. I will just tell you how quickly we can actually do this slice, the modification of this slice. Let's go and select the slicer. And here I have this slicer. Go to this slicer. You have something called as columns. You just have to plan how many columns I need. Let's say, for example, I want this with 2 columns. See? Just increase this. Done. See? Still, I'm not happy with this color. So what we have to do, go to this slicer. Can you see this? I have the slicer styles. Go and click on this. There are so many various different styles. Let me click on this. Can you see that? It's getting changed. Yeah. But still, I'm not happy. I want something which matches my template. So in that case, I'll tell you, it's a very simple thing. Only thing is I have to understand what actually I have to change. What you do, here I have one small, arrow or say triangle or something. Click on this. Here I'll get so many options, but along with that, I'll get this new slicer style. Click on this new slicer style. Here I'll get options. Here I have the options, that is for the whole slicer, for the header, for the selected item. With the selected means whatever I've selected here, this one, and I have this unselected items. So likewise, I have so many options. Hover means when I move, which color I should get. First thing what I'll do is, since I'm using this with the black template, so I'll go here and say whole slicer, go to this format, and here I'll say fill with the black. Done. Okay. The entire thing will get filled with black color. Right. The font, I want this to be Arial. I'll say Arial. I'm selecting this Arial. All right. Okay. Next, the header. I want the header to be, say, white color, because everything will become black. So I want that to be white color. Later we can change. Okay. Don't worry. If you think that, there's something wrong or it's not matching properly, later also you can do. Let me say, okay. And I'll say, okay. First, we'll check this. Right. You go here. Can you see that? I have this. Click on this. See, the heading is coming properly. Right. Now, what I'll do, I'll right click here and I'll start modifying it. Say selected. When I select, I want that to be with orange, say, some different colors. Let's go here. I'll say format. The fill color, I'll make it as orange color. And the font I want to be black color. Say okay. And say okay. Can you see that? The selected one become like this. Right. Now, the unselected one. Let's go here. The unselected one. Unselected one, I'll say format. Let it be fill with the black color, but I want the font to be orange color. See? Understood? Let me select this. Let's see if I can do some more changes. Go here, modify. However, when I move my cursor, something should happen. So what I'll do, I'll say format. I'll say fill with this gray color with the white font, and it should become bold. Okay. And let's say, okay. See, now I go here. Okay, see, I think you have to change the color here. Right click, modify. Over. Color, let's make it. So you can go and change that. Let's not waste too much of time here. Let's see. Can you see that? Let me modify. See? Got it. So we can change accordingly. So you just think, whatever changes you want, you can do. You can go there and you can format, because I don't want to waste much time and keep on telling you all this. Now I want one more slicer here, that is the month. So quickly we'll go here. I'll select any of the pivot table and I'll say slicer, but this time I'll say month and take this. I'm getting this month, right? I'm getting the month. Now I'll say Control X and I'll go to this dashboard, Control V. Okay. Now I'll go to this slicer. So what I'll do is I'll say I want this to be like 3 columns. See? Understood? Just keep it here like this. Now you don't have to bother. Already I have the modified slicer. Just click on this. See? Immediately I'll get this. Then we go here. Understood? Yes. Now coming to these buttons. These buttons, you know how to create, right? I've already showed you how to create this. I'll just go here. I'll just copy the same thing instead of again creating it. Select. I'm just selecting it manually like this. Okay, just copy this and take it down. Just extend this down. Okay, so I don't want to go and do all these designs and all. So you know how to do this. You can do that. Right? Okay. So everything is done. When I'm actually clicking on this 2015, can you see that this is getting changed? But all the other reports are not getting changed. What should I do? Let me tell you. Select this slicer. Right click and say report connection. Then I'll get all the pivot tables which I've created. That's why I told don't create new pivot tables. When you copy the same pivot table and paste, they're all related. Now I'll check all these pivot tables. See? Now when I click on this 2015, see? Can you see that? It's getting changed. Same thing, let's go here. I want to check this with the monthly report. Again, we'll select all this and then say, okay, see? 2015, I want Jan report, see? Then if you think I want to have some title here, so let's go here. I'll create one more sheet and I'll say WKS variable sheet where I can keep the title. Let me keep title and date. Okay, so title I'll say sales and profit dashboard. And let me take the date also. I'll say today. Today's date I want. Let me go here, say control 1 and let's change the format DD MM YYY is the format. Let's go back to my dashboard. So here I want the title. So I'll go here. Let me take one shape. I will try to select say equals and I'm selecting this. I'm referring this. The reason why I use these kind of reference always is whenever I want to change the title, whenever I want to change any text, directly I can go and change that in the reference instead of going and changing in the shapes. Okay. Now I'll change this to Arial. And then I'll make it as 20, make it bold. And then we give some color. Let me just give some color like this. Any color, whichever you think looks good, we can give. See. Or I taught you how to create the banners and all, right? So you can go and you can create the banners also. Like we had the black color one we did, right? So if you want, you can do that as done. Okay. So if you think I want to do that, just go here. Send it back. And this one, select. Let me change this to orange color. See, this also looks good, right? Okay. Now here I had the date, correct? So I just took the date. So what I'll do, I'll take one text box. You can just take the same text box here. You don't have to again and again create. I'll just keep it here like this. Let me make it as white color. I want the date to be referred. I'll go here to this variable sheet. I'll take this date. This. Let me reduce this. Arial, and I'll say 8. And here also white color. See? I have the date. So tomorrow, if you open this particular file, again it will be tomorrow's. So we have this date. Understood how actually we can do all this? This one simple dashboard what is created. Still more advanced way we learn. Then the next session I'll tell you similar kind of thing how we can actually do that in the Power BI. Okay, so I'll save this and I will stop here. Now, any doubts, any questions, feedback, you can answer. So first what I'll do, I'll go here. I will ask for the people online. Yes. People online, how was the session? Any questions? You can unmute and you can answer. People online? I'll delete this as well. It's not required. Okay. All right. Thank you so much, people. So tomorrow also we'll learn a little more advanced. So today we saw that basic understanding of how to create the dashboard and then create reports in that dashboard. We'll also learn something more in the next sessions.
Sir,
Yeah,
this is Manju. Sir, in the first class ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದು ತಾವು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಿ ಅದು ಯಾವುದು ಲೈಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಮೈಕ್ರೋಸಾಫ್ಟ್ 365 ಆಫೀಸ್ 365 ಅದು ಪವರ್ BI ನಲ್ಲಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು ಸರ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಎಕ್ಸೆಲ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ
No, Microsoft 365 I told you that's for the entire, there are so many packages, almost some 40 plus applications are there.
Yes,
in
sir.
fact, we can use Power BI and Power BI Pro as well.
Okay. Fine.
Power BI Pro also is there.
That means I will have to purchase that license from you, and then just I will have to sign in through in
Yes,
the Power BI.
that's all. Again, you don't have to purchase anything.
Okay.
Because you'll get OneDrive space, right? 1 TB of space you'll get, so you can use that. I think most of you already purchased and you have installed and you have started using also.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'll call you later regarding this.
Sure.
Okay.
People, questions? How was the session? Easy or difficult? Simple.
Yeah, it is, sir. When you are doing it is relevantly very easy, but you see, I have been using Excel for so many years right now, but I have never prepared this dashboard like the way you have prepared. And moreover, yeah, I did take a course in Udemy at some websites, but nobody have explained in this simple manner, sir. That dashboards can be created. Yeah.
See, there is a lot of difference between learning from a professional and learning from a trainer.
Yes, sir.
And if
what is the difference?
Trainer, then there is a lot of difference. Okay. So I know I've seen many courses. I don't name the institutes or the portals. Just because they want their one course, they'll put. Okay. I told you many times, there are few things. I'm not telling everything is not available. There are few things which even if you go and search in Google or in YouTube also not get those kind of things. I'm not telling everything. Some of them which I have taught you that you will not get in the YouTube, because that can be done only by the people who have worked, who have experienced. And that I'm trying to share with you people. Try to implement that. As you told, yes, it is difficult for you to work in the beginning, because I have been working this from last 18 years. So it is easy for me. But for you,
Yes.
I just started, say from last week only, or say, let's say from 1 year, whatever. So you will, obviously it is difficult because you've not explored things. Start exploring. That's what I told. That's why I'm giving all these notes to you. Practice the same project once, twice, thrice, 10 times to do. I'll tell you. The next project will be same, the same shape only. Square is square only, rectangle is rectangle only. Only the data might change. The reference will be same. You are creating pivot table in the back end. Whatever results I'm getting, I'll just see now instead of this data, if I'm taking any other data, what happens? I'll get the different results, but I'm showing in the same format in dash. That's all. So one or two dashboards if you create, I'll tell you.
Yes, sir.
All are similar only.
Sir, I do have one more question.
Yeah.
Sir, you see, sir, in Power BI or in Excel, this question is really bothering me a lot. You see, how can someone know for this kind of data, this is the ideal chart? For example, Power BI contains so many charts, clustered column chart, bar chart, this chart, and so many charts. So when to use clustered column chart, when to use bar chart, stacked bar chart, how can how can a person know that, yes, this exact visualization fits over here? When a project comes, how is that? This is my question, sir. How can one have idea of selecting a suitable chart to make a visualization?
So I think you have not attended the reporting session what we had.
Yes, sir.
Yesterday, right? Yesterday we had. Okay, if you're not attended, then you will have this doubt. You go and check, the previous sessions class, or there is one more video I told I'll be sharing. I forgot to share that. I'll share you either today or by evening. I'll try to share. You go and check that video. I have explained very clearly. When I have a data, if you want to show some reports, what kind of charts you have to create and when you have to use those kind of charts. Okay. Again, if you still go further, say we are analyst. Okay, you want to become a data analyst, or you want to become business analyst or data scientist. It is we who have to decide how the report should. Okay. See, when you are hungry and when you think that I want to eat something, it is you who will know how much I should eat and what to eat. Right? Have you ever seen that you are hungry, so you should eat only this? If someone is forcing you, what will happen? You not feel good, right? We are analysts. We know how much we are hungry and what to eat. Same thing. I know I have the data. I know how I should actually show this to the client. And then
Yes.
when I'm actually trying to prepare the data, when I'm trying to arrange the data, and if you think that I want to show this reports, then I know what kind of charts I have to do. Or sometimes we also speak to client. What kind of reports you are actually expecting. You have the data. So what all reports you are planning. So when they actually tell you, then you will actually decide, okay, see, he's trying to compare some entities. Then let me create column chart. Or the entities are more, then we'll go for bar chart. Or we'll give a donut chart where I'll get all the labels inside. So you can actually plan. So you have to start thinking. See, when you want to become a business analyst, it is all about the thought process. More and more the way you think. If you see this template, this is not the template which I have designed. I just saw somewhere this template was good. But the template, whatever is there, I'm just trying to put my reports. Understood? So I've shown this template to you, right? Same thing, I just replicated it. That's all. So I can create my own template. I'm just trying to tell you that how you can start practicing. I don't have to use the same template. I can create my own templates. But when I started learning, how did I learn? I started, checking all the templates. So, for example, I'll go to one website. I'll see one template. That's very nice. It's very similar to my report what I'm creating. I'll download that. I'll start tracing. Tracing it means doing exactly like what it is. After that, I'll try to improvise that. So, I'll not use the same template. This is what I'm actually trying to tell you people, that you can also start learning like this. So once you feel comfortable, yes, I can create my own design. I can create my own templates. Then go ahead. Then you don't have to go and search for templates. You can start creating by your own. Okay. Right, Manju? Fine. All right. So people, thank you so much. We have one more session now at 1 o'clock. So we'll all gather again. Okay. All right, people. See you guys in the next session. Take care, all of you. Bye bye.